What's going on, everybody? It's your boy PTK Bland back in the building with another episode, a very, very, very special episode of the Shop Podcast. How is everybody feeling, man? It is amazing Saturday. Now, it's not just any Saturday. As you guys can see by the title of the video, I've been tweeting all week about it's a very, very special week. Today is our 200th episode. Never did I think that we'd get to this point. 200 shows. Me and my wife are actually talking prior to the show starting about this, and it's an amazing feat. We couldn't do it without you guys. You guys have supported us every single week. Everybody here in chat has been amazing. Shout out to everybody watching. If you guys want to continue support, retweet the link. Let everybody know we're here live. Get it popping. We're here every single week. Love you guys so much, but it's amazing. I'm super hyped for the show, man. I was almost nervous. I never get nervous for the show ever, but I actually had a little bit of butterflies before we started, man. But it's a huge thing to be here hanging out with all the fellas. As you guys can see, we are down one amigo right now. He's working out some technical difficulty. Shout out to Centurion. He will be here as soon as he works out his technical difficulty. So nice to see everybody in the chat. You guys look amazing. Kick your feet up, hang out with us. We're doing something very special. So let me just break this down. So we are doing a big, big, big giveaway today. So each one of us, each member here, panel member, is going to be doing a giveaway. So you're going to be able to win things like, Xbox Live cards, gift cards, PSN cards, game, just different things here on the show, just to show a little bit of appreciation to you guys coming out, supporting every single week. Thank you guys so much. We're going to be doing one per topic, and at the end, there's going to be a question. So you have to be here to win the last prize on the show. You have to be here watching. You have to be here live in the chat watching, because you have to be able to answer. So I'm going to throw out a question. The first person to answer correctly in the chat will win the last prize, and that's going to be at the end of the show, so stay tuned. But let's go ahead and just go around the panel here. It's been a crazy busy week in gaming. We haven't even gotten to that yet. So let's go around the panel here. We'll start with my guy PongSoul. Man, how you doing, brother? We were talking pregame. It's a big show for us, and you're the newest member, man. How you been? How's the experience been, man? How's your week?
200, man. Just think about that. Like, I was thinking about that. Like, I've only been doing this game for a short period, but man, to think that you've been doing this for 4 years, that's crazy, PTK. And obviously a testament to what you've come up with here. And it's fantastic that I get to be a part of it. I'm honored to be here with you on this special episode. And man, I'm hyped. If this week couldn't get any bigger than it already was, to be here Saturday night with you celebrating this special occasion, man. I don't know what else would do it for me. So let's get down to it, because we got a lot to talk about and a lot to celebrate.
Oh yeah. And I appreciate the super chatters live, everybody. So once again, appreciate the super chat. Let me just give a quick shout out to Smitty Smith. He says salute to the 200 episode. Salute to you, Smitty Smith. Appreciate the $15 super chat. Shout out to you as well. Shown to $2 super chat, said 200 episodes. Yes, sir. You've been here for many of them. He's like one of my day one mods. So shout out to him. Mod of the year, as I call him. But back to you, Pong. Like I said before, bro, you've been an amazing addition, the newest member of the Shop Podcast, man. And just, I couldn't ask for a better person to celebrate the show with, man. So thank you for hanging out with us today. We're going to dive right in, but let's finish out here. Stag, my other brother, man. Shout out to you. Big show for us today, man. How you been? How you feeling? How's everything going, brother?
Hey, so we're going to have to teach you how to use Nightbot.
Oh, what's going on? What am I doing?
It's you just got some auto modding stuff set too high right now, which I had as well when I first started using it.
All right, let me get him out of here.
Yeah, just we'll go through it maybe next week, and I'll screen share with you if you can, or you know what I mean, and you can see what I want you. What will make it a little bit better for everything.
All right, shout out once again, everybody. We're trying some new stuff here, but hopefully that fixed.
It used to do it to me too, so yeah, and I didn't realize it. And somebody said to me "Hey, your bot's being a jerk," and I'm like, "What do you mean?" Oh, hey, it is.
Oh wow, sorry about that, guys.
Man, things have been going really good. Streams are great. Week's been good. Got out in the yard a couple times this week because the weather's getting better, so I can start prepping the garden because I do that stuff. So, man, it's glad to be here for the 200th show and ready to do this.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man. Stag here every single week, man. Appreciate you hanging out with us again, man. Always comedy on the show, man. So salute to you. Let's go ahead and throw this over to you, Fuzz. Man, shout out to you. Fuzz has been here. I've lost track, Fuzz. I have not gone back and found like your first episode. I feel like at this point, bro, I don't even know where to begin. But you've been a huge part of this show, man. So shout out to you. How's your week, man? How's everything going, brother?
Been good. I think I started somewhere in the 90s, so I was here for episode 100, and man, we're at 200. So it's been a long journey.
Yeah.
And man, there's just so much more news coming along down the pipeline for gaming. But been good. Can't wait to get into the topics today, and hopefully somebody will take home some prizes today listening to us. So thanks to the audience. We wouldn't be here without you guys.
Yeah, appreciate you guys, man. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to you, Fuzz. Like you said, probably over 100 shows, probably easy. Over 100 shows. You've been a part of this ride with me, man. It's definitely been a roller coaster, but we've been rocking out. Once again, shout out to everybody in the chat. Sorry about the bot. I hopefully I got him out of there. So hopefully you guys let me know too. Stag, is it still acting up, or is it?
I mean, all you really need to do is go into the Nightbot webpage, go into spam protection, and just disable some things.
Okay, all right, but is it
the quickest way to do it? Like you can disable the excess caps, the excess emotes, so that way people can do it. You know what I mean?
Oh, got it. So I mean, all I'm saying is right now is it showing up in the chat? Like, is it still causing problems?
I don't think he hasn't.
Somebody spam I like dicks or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, no. I don't know. I don't know about. But yeah. So anyway, hopefully we don't have more issues, guys, with that. But shout out to everybody watching right now. Shout out to everybody watching right now live. Hopefully Centurion drops in here, man. He'll be here. But let's go ahead and just dive right into the topic. So after this topic, before we go into the next one, we're gonna have our first giveaway. I think I'm going to be doing a $25 PSN card. So you'll be able to win that once again. It is going to be random. So I'll pick randomly. And essentially how it's going to go is I'll DM that particular person and, give them some time to hit me back. And then if they don't hit me back, I'll, move on to another random person. So that way everybody has a fair chance. But appreciate everybody. Let's go ahead and just dive into the first topic. So we just starting with the poll of the week, as we always do here, man. So poll of the week this week. Let me go ahead and back up on out of here and get this all straight now. So poll of the week was, since it's a special week for the podcast, I wanted to ask you guys, how did you discover the Shop podcast and what did you enjoy about the show? We had a couple different options. Anthem references. So rip Anthem, by the way. I don't know if we're going to keep the references. So chat, let me know. Should we still keep the Anthem? I don't know.
Somebody's got to keep that game alive.
You got to keep it alive. I feel like we have. I feel like we're obligated to. Do that. So let us know, chat. Should we keep the Anthem thing going? Let us know. So Anthem references. Then second option was Fuzzy's voice. Obviously, that's why we're all here. That's what actually drives the show is Fuzzy's voice. And then topics, and then the panel. So it was overwhelming for the panel, and that's kudos to my panel here. We've had a bunch of different versions over the years, but I feel like this has been the most solid panel I've ever had on the show for an extended period of time. So shout out to everybody watching, and shout out to my panel here. So which option did you guys choose? So the panel won 63%. We'll start with you, Pong. I mean, this is kind of a part of the question you probably can't answer because you're part of the show, but like, what do you enjoy? What do you enjoy about the show the most, brother?
Man, absolutely. I found the show and I'm here because of the panel, man. That's easy. I mean, this is a no-brainer because of the simple fact. I mean, I could say Fuzzy's voice. I mean, I could say that, part of the negotiations when you asked me to be on with this panel was whether or not Fuzzy was still going to be around for a long time, if I was going to be able to hear his voice, right? Kind of like, I'm sure Microsoft asked if Todd Howard was going to stick around for a while, right? So, Fuzzy needed to be here. But now the panel itself, and just the diversity of thought and how just the chemistry, obviously, and I think that has continued. And obviously, PTK being new to the community, I don't know your show from before, so I don't know all the different panels you had. But what brought me in was listening to you and Fuzzy and Centurion and Stag talk about all the different topics that you guys have gone through, and just hearing how you guys interacted, and it was amazing. So just thrilled to be a part of it now, and that's going to continue down the road here.
Awesome, man. And once again, you being the newest member, that means a lot to me because, like you said, you really didn't have a whole lot, experience before this. But I appreciate you. You've added so much to the show, man, and that's awesome. Great to hear. And he's absolutely right. Like, this was a landslide poll, and I knew that when I made the poll and I was, kind of getting everything in order. I knew that was going to be the actual answer that won because you guys can clearly see the chemistry. That's one of the things I always hear about people send me messages or whatever the case may be, or they comment, good things about the show is that the camaraderie and as well as just the way we talk about topics and it's enjoyable, easy to consume way. So we appreciate you, Pong. Thank you, man. So I'm gonna throw this over to you, Stag. Obviously, like I said, you're part of the show, but like what's your favorite thing about the show, Stag?
I was actually going to turn the question around on you, and you
Really?
asked everybody how they found the show. How did you find me?
How did I? Damn.
Yeah, see,
So
he didn't.
no, it's funny. No. So
put you on the spot for a change.
No. So what I'll do is sometimes I will randomly either go through followers or sometimes people that I just follow, I'll go see who they're following. And a lot of times that's how it happens, to be 100% honest with you. I'll go down this rabbit hole of people, like following other people, and I'll just find all kinds of different people. So shout out to Luke. So he's in the chat, by the way. Xbox expansion. That's how I found him. Shout out to Bad Bit. That's how I found. So it's just it's random sometimes. I just go through people and I'll end up wherever I end up. So to be honest with you. So but no, it's on you. It's on you, Stag.
I like I don't know. No. I mean, I just like hanging out every week. It's cool. It's fun. It's a good time. It's fun to bullshit about stuff that honestly, in the long scheme of things, don't really matter. Like it's just a good time. Like we enjoy this hobby and stuff, so it's kind of fun to talk about that. But it's just a break from, all the other stuff outside of this hour. You know what I mean? So
yeah. No, absolutely.
I don't even know if I voted, but Fuzzy. I mean, even if he leaves the show, Pong, there's like 200 VODs, okay? Like, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You can download those bad boys, isolate out his voice, and just put it on repeat.
How do you know I haven't already done that?
I was going to send you the files that I had, but if you're good, I mean, we'll just move on.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Damn, Fuzz. Damn. Go ahead, Stag. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
No, I'm good, man. I don't have a huge long answer for that, but just like what I said, it's just a nice escape from the bullshit, and hopefully we don't. I don't know. It's just fun to get away from all the crap in our real lives and have a good time here. You know what I mean? And listen to Fuzzy. So
yeah, pretty much.
And Sharon's bad jokes. He's not here.
He can't defend him, so we can't do that. So we not.
All right, him and us sword fight it out later tonight. Don't worry.
Oh my goodness!
Whoa!
I don't edit anything out. I don't edit anything.
I got lightsabers. What are you guys thinking? You all are some sick motherfuckers, dude. Damn. All right.
Too much, man. Shout out to Centurion. Hopefully he pops in here soon, everybody. Let me just go get some shout outs in the chat. War Chicken, Cyber Gunter, Warning Shots, Mav, I see you. I thought I saw Caitlin. Did I see Caitlin? Pycon,
yeah, Caitlin's in there.
Yeah, Smitty.
Duel.
Everybody hanging out. Zinc, everybody, man. Appreciate you guys all hanging out. Yeah, we're talking lightsabers, people. Okay? Relax. All right? Relax. It's all good. But no, let's go ahead and throw this over to you, Fuzz, before we move on to the actual first giveaway here. We're not essentially how you found the show, or if you want to talk about that as well, that's great. But just what's your favorite part of the show?
Well, how I found the show was because of the Division. I think at one point you were doing kind of like a podcast centered around like a lot of like looter shooters, both like Destiny and Division.
Mm-hmm.
And I found like a lot of podcasts that I like, and a couple of them returning to this one. I think Predator was on at that time.
Yeah.
And Jarhead was on at that time and stuff. And, being a big Division fan, it was always cool listening to you guys. And when you started talking about other games, continue to listen from there on out. And then you reached out to me, I think for like a like an E3 review or something along
Yeah,
those lines. I was like, yeah, sure. I'll test things out and go from there. But for me, I would say the panel overall, because pretty much this is like my second family outside my house. We all talk about games, we all have a good time, joke and stuff like that, and talk, even regular life stuff outside of gaming. But throughout the years, it's been a great group, and I think this group is I would say this group is the best group we've had overall. Everybody's consistent. Everybody is got a deep insight as far as for gaming, and a point of view or perspective that it may differ from mine on occasion, but it's great to hear those different views, and it makes me take a step back and look at things in a different way sometimes. And just interacting with you guys, whether it's on the podcast or in party chat when we're playing a game, it's always awesome. So that's my 2 cents on it.
Awesome. So, man, we're glad to hear that, man. No Centurion as of yet. So give me a quick second here, guys. Let me get this all figured out real quick. But we're gonna keep things going here, guys. We're gonna do our first draw here. Just give me a quick second. I think my daughter closed my thing out. Lord have mercy. All right.
Always blaming the kids. You're a good parent. That's what I do.
Is that why we have them? Are you serious?
I thought
I had mine so they could shovel fucking compost.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You guys.
No, that's what I'm saying. Do work and
There we
have
go.
an
Here we
excuse.
Here we are. Hold on.
My
guys.
oldest came out, and I was like, "Wait, you're gonna help?" He's like, "Mom might have guilt tripped me." I was like, "Sweet," and it's just guilt trip, not guilt tripped. Fucking kids, man.
He said guilt tripped it. Lord have mercy.
Oh yeah, they all do. They both might, like, kids, man. They add the eds on the things that don't need it.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious. All right, hold on, everyone. Hold on. Where am I at here? All right. Okay, so while we're waiting, guys, let's just go ahead and move on to the next topic. I'm gonna get this together. I got it pulled up. I just gotta get in here. So we'll move on to the next topic and get that going, and then I'll stop us wherever we're at, and then we'll do the giveaway. Okay. So we're gonna be talking quickly here about Bethesda and the Xbox Roundtable. Well, obviously that was this week. That's the biggest news of this week. That's the big, by far, not even close. So it's so much to cover. It's not even funny. So we're just gonna dive head first into this thing, and I'm gonna start with you, Paul. Obviously, we do definitely want to talk about just the effect this is gonna have, some of the stuff that they talked about on the show, and I think my biggest takeaway was the camaraderie. They both companies felt like they needed each other to complete whatever goals that they have for the future, and that's my biggest takeaway, even outside of the exclusivity. Although I know that's what everybody's going to talk about, but we'll start with you, Pong. And once again, when I get this pulled up, we'll stop, guys, and we'll do the first giveaway. All right, so go ahead, Pong. We'll just go ahead and get rock off with this, man. How'd you feel about that round table that was this week?
How long are we going to have this show for tonight? No, you're right, PTK. There's a lot to cover here. So I guess I'd like to start with their initial blog post, which got everybody in an uproar, depending on what side you were on. And even if you weren't on a side, you were caught in the middle, because the language they used in the blog post caused some questioning. And there was a lot of people who said there never should have been questions. And I understand those people, and I understand where they're coming from. But at the same time, for a lot of us, the word some caused a ripple, and it wasn't crystal clear. What we just wanted to hear was something crystal concrete, crystal clear or concrete. And what they did, and I was actually kind of surprised by it. I didn't think we were going to get such a definitive answer from anybody at the roundtable, but to bring it up almost, I mean, it was basically after they got through the niceties, they brought it up right away. And when Pete Hines asked Phil that question, man, did I pause and wait for the answer. And he gave the answer that everybody was looking for, leaving little doubt of what is happening and why this partnership happened as far as exclusives go. And now that we've had time for it to all kind of settle down and really look at it, it's still just as solid as it was when I first heard it. Again, contracts that are in place that have been signed are going to be honored. We already know this about Microsoft. The legacy titles, that means the older titles that have already been on other platforms, those will continue to be supported, including the MMOs, obviously Fallout 76 and ESO, Elder Scrolls Online. Those are going to continue to be supported down the road. And if expansion passes, or if expansions in the future come out for some of those titles, they're going to put them on all the platforms. They're going to continue to obviously provide the content for those communities that have already been formed. But going forward, future titles outside of any contracts, and there are a couple that are maybe in question, like Indiana Jones, because that was signed prior to this deal. Any contracts that are already in place, that's going to go multi-plat. But everything else, they did this deal, and Phil's quote, laid it out perfectly. This deal was made to bring exclusives to any platforms that have Game Pass. Period. End of story. And that's what this is about. And I think right there, to start the show that way, to start the roundtable and to clear the air, as well as Phil did with that statement, really set the tone for the rest of that roundtable. And I think from there, then we can go to how, like you just said, PTK, the camaraderie between these two businesses and the friendships, the true friendships outside of the industry that have been developed through the years because they've worked so closely together. And that's a testament also to the people involved with both sides being there for extended periods. They've had tenure there, which is kind of rare in this industry. But the main figureheads, both, they've been there for so long, especially like Phil and Todd. They formed this special bond. And so when ZeniMax decided to sell, and obviously, rest in peace, Robert Altman.
I was going to say, he's
absolutely
really the driving force behind everything. So.
Absolutely. Most of that board at ZeniMax were not, game oriented. They didn't care. They were investors more than anything. But Robert Altman himself understood the importance of the gaming industry and, obviously had a love for the gaming industry. And, some behind the scenes stuff say that he was a driving force to sell it when the decision was made to Microsoft and to Xbox, because he understood he had great relationships with everybody too. And he understood the importance of keeping that. And he knew, kind of his baby was going to be in good hands. Right. And so I think that you could see that clearly, and the excitement and the happiness, the genuine happiness from everybody in that room was palpable. I mean, you could feel it as they were talking, and it was such a relaxed, a bunch of friends getting together and talking about, hey, we just did this cool thing, man. We just joined forces. It's something that we've, probably been talking about for a lot longer than people know, but we finally got this thing done, and now we can move forward, and both of our visions are aligned. We want the same thing going forward. And then from the relationships, you move on to the quotes about sharing and because of that relationship, I should say too, because of these relationships, these strong bonds that have been formed, normally when you acquire a company, we've seen it takes a while to mesh together. And obviously something this big, I think like 2,300 employees that Microsoft and Xbox are taking on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it might be more than that. But normally that'll take some time. But I think because these bonds were formed and they've been there for so long, I don't think it's going to take as long to mesh the two. And because their visions are similar, I think there's not going to be a whole lot of transition period. They're going to kind of continue on as they have, because ZeniMax is going to run itself. Todd's going to run Bethesda, but he's going to be able to pick up the phone and talk to Phil, and it's just going to be, hey, this is what's going on. It's going to be real easy. And again, the quotes that they had about sharing and about, the communication and how they're going to be able to spread, the knowledge between all of their development teams now. That's huge, because you're talking about, Phil brought it up specifically, id Tech being able to be used by other Microsoft teams. That is one of the best and premier engines in the gaming industry. And now Microsoft owns it. Xbox has access to it, and other teams can learn how to use it and develop games. And again, looking at Doom Eternal, my God, that thing is beautiful. I mean, it's considered one of the best looking games out there. And now everybody has access to it, and they're going to share that kind of technology. And it was, it was funny when Todd, and I was glad he brought it up when he talked about Fallout 76, and he didn't joke it off this time. He's done that in the past a little bit. And I love Todd Howard, but he kind of played it off when it first happened. But for him to come out and say, basically, we screwed up. And one of my first calls was to Phil to find out how we could try to fix this. And then Phil put him in contact with other people in Microsoft, and they kind of worked together to help Todd and his team out with Fallout 76. I thought that was awesome as well. It's so good to see this stuff. And then, just the overall feel of that entire roundtable was just one of two friends coming together after a long time. And I know it's business, but then, you hear Todd and how relaxed he was. And he was talking about how his teams can go back to being creative again without worry. They can try things that in the past they may not have been able to, because they had to answer to a board of investors that were only looking for money. And that's kind of how Fallout 76 fell apart, right? They kind of pushed that out the door, knowing that they were going to sell as kind of a quick cash grab. But now Todd was talking about how his teams can sit back, do what they do best, get back to that creative, rare form, because they are one of the elites. And people forget this because they've had some slip ups, but they are some of the elite talent in this industry. They can get back to creating what they want to create. They can take the time that's necessary to create it. And both him and Phil talked about the quality and getting back to that top tier quality. So I think this is going to improve not only all those ZeniMax teams and what they're able to do, but it's gonna drift over into what Xbox has got going on and the development teams they've already got there, because I think now they've got such a large concentration of talent that the pressure is off of everybody. Not every team has to put out, triple A, quality stuff to compete on a, let's say a reduced time frame because they need to fill a slot. There's going to be so much content coming from this giant group that everybody's going to be able to take their time, work their magic, and when it's ready, they are going to be able to put it out and know that they're releasing it at the highest quality possible and take pride in that. And that's what I took away from this roundtable. It was amazing. It was one of the highest quality productions that Microsoft has done in years. And it's something that we've all been clamoring for, but to see it finally all come together like this with arguably the biggest deal in video game history, it was perfect timing to have it all come together like this. And they made a statement. They drew the line in the sand. Everybody knows now for sure, 100%, if $7.5 billion didn't convince you, that Microsoft and Xbox are fully engaged with the gaming industry and they are here to compete. And that makes everything better, not just Xbox, but Sony and Nintendo. It pushes everybody when you have somebody like this, a company like this, re-engage and say, we are here and we are going to try to compete with everybody, and we have a vision of where the future of gaming is going, and we are trying to make this a reality right now. And I think that's huge for the entire industry.
Yeah, it was a great show. It was exactly what I hoped that they would do. It was exactly the tone that I hoped that they would take as far as the easy, laid back setting, and then allowing the heads of each studio to kind of give some feedback as well on their journey and their own personal relationship with Xbox and what they're looking forward to as well. It was super dope. Let me get to the super chat here. Shout out to Everborn, man. My guy, 1999 super chat said, "Happy 200, fellas. This is just your weekly reminder that Nintendo is the Kaiser Soze of the gaming industry." Shout out to you, Everborn, man. So yeah, no, I agree 100%. So I got the first giveaway ready, and so I've already run the random name. So it's actually somebody that's here watching right now. So the first winner of the giveaway, and that's going to be the $25 PSN card, is War Chicken. So I know I saw you in the chat, War Chicken. So I just ran the first random drawing for the $25 PSN card. Shout out to you, War Chicken. What I'm gonna do, bro, is you can DM me, I can DM you. I think we already follow each other on Twitter. Hit me up. I'll actually send you a message here quickly. Yeah, we'll go from there. But shout out to you, brother. Thank you for always being here. He's a known,
He's a
member
great
here.
dude.
Great dude, always hanging out here, always showing great support. So, $25 PSN gift card. Hope you can use that, brother. Shout out to you. We're gonna run another one here. It's kind of gonna be back to back as soon as we switch topics here, so that way we can kind of keep track and keep things in line. So let's go ahead and just throw this over to you, Stag. It's been a crazy week about this Bethesda and Xbox stuff. I seen you out there in the streets, ducking and dodging. I know you don't really like to get into that, but just how do you feel about the energy? Did you get a chance to watch the event?
There was an event?
Well, show.
Oh, I didn't pay attention. I'm not even gonna lie. The only thing I paid attention to was the bull. Like, I didn't even want to pay attention to the bullshit. I just opened Twitter and I'm like, why does everybody have to talk about this shit? Like, man, I think it's great. Like what they did. I think it's gonna be great for us as fans of Xbox and really like fans of gaming. I mean, it's what both sides are always clamoring for is more competition, better games, and stuff like that. Sure, would we have liked them all to be a little bit clearer sooner? Well, yeah, but there's like contractual things you can't do, right? You know what I mean? Like when a contract's in work, you can't be like, yes, all the games are going to be exclusive to our it's
Phil said that too. He said it during the show. He's like, man, I don't know if you guys heard me. He said exactly what you just said, Stag.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like people don't understand how business works on Twitter. Imagine that. It's all these armchair executives we got nowadays. It's like during the NFL season we got armchair quarterbacks and GMs, and right now we got armchair fucking gaming devs and corporate CEOs and shit and fucking CFOs and everything. And it's like, man, I look, pre-funk, I was playing Doom 3 in Game Pass. Like I own a physical copy of it, and I was like, it's just been sitting in my backlog. But hey, look, I could just download it straight to my Xbox and play it today. That was pretty cool. I don't know, man. Like, I should have probably watched the Roundtable, so I had a better answer to this question. But I don't watch a lot of those things because I'm doing other shit.
Yeah.
There's just so many bad takes on all of that, and can we just have this W for like maybe 3 days? Maybe like that's kind of the way I feel about this right now. I know it's a little bit off topic, but everybody's saying all of a sudden you care about old games. Other people acting like it takes 8 hours to enjoy a freaking Bethesda game after you've modded it, and then you can play it and have fun. And like they loved Bethesda and ZeniMax games until like 3 days ago. Like the sales charts show it. Like those games sold exceptionally well on the PlayStation, sometimes better than they did on Xbox. So it's not like they don't like those games. But now all of a sudden, because Xbox owns them, we've got this big ass haterade going on. And can we just, Jesus Christ, go buy an Xbox?
Yeah, it's been a.
Just go buy an Xbox. I'm same energy in them motherfuckers. Go buy an Xbox.
It's been, and you know what the funny thing is about?
Wait, they all got gaming PCs, right? They're good. They can just play on Game Ultimate, right? They're good. They're fine.
So the funny thing about this whole situation is that I mean the optics of all of this. That's the issue I had, is that we can't talk out both sides, and we tend to do this. We can't talk out the side. We can't talk out both sides of our mouth. Like we can't do that. And gamers tend to do that with a lot of things. Okay. You can't you don't get to say Bethesda's now not a good studio. You don't get to say.
Well, and now now it's like, oh well, Sony like organically creates their own studios and games. Microsoft's just buying people. Like, whoa, okay. First of all, you're wrong. Not 100% accurate, and yeah, you can't talk out both sides of your mouth. Like you can, you're just not going to have very much credibility in the long run. But that gets you clicks, I guess. So
okay,
nothing distracts my enjoyment of games. So.
Yeah,
I'll tell Fastback nothing distracts my enjoyment of actually playing games on all the systems that I own. So it gets so fucking tiresome. Can we just have fun for a change? Sorry.
Yeah, it gets crazy. It gets crazy, and we don't. It's a 200 episode. We're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna loosen up a little bit. Shout out to everybody in chat right now. I see
the
some
craziest thing I heard though this week, just real quick, was by our favorite person. I don't know if he's here. Christopher Hart tweeted that Xbox and Game Pass aren't the same thing. It's two different things. And I was like, wait, what?
Shout out to Chris, man. He does.
What's in that mac and cheese, brother?
Shout out to Chris. He does support the show, man. We don't want to throw him under the bus. Hopefully,
it was the craziest thing I saw all week. To be honest with you, was that like, wait, it is the same thing.
A shout out to Chris. Hopefully, he pops up later, man. Shout out to him. He does support the show. But everybody watching live, you guys are freaking amazing, man. Shout out to you, though, Chris. Crazy. Go ahead, Fuzz. It's on you, man.
Yeah. Well, we talked about it for a while, and they kind of did the whole sit down and everything, and glad to see that. And hopefully that camaraderie that was easy to see for other devs or other potential whether studios or publishers puts them a little bit more at ease if Microsoft comes knocking at their door for future. I mean, to put it lightly, it was a good showing of what's to become of the future as far as gaming with Xbox, but also a good window into how things may operate, or at least the comfort level for any future developers or studios. But in the grand scheme of things, it's great to see Bethesda as part of the Xbox family. It was great to see some of the studio heads and some of the teams that have been working on Bethesda games and will be working now on games for Game Pass and so forth for the coming years. I think the big thing now is that you can't use that old tired saying of Xbox has no games. Sure, yeah, they bought them, whatever, but going forward, they're going to have a lot more IPs to be able to put out every year, and games take time, so it's not like tomorrow we're going to have a brand new game, but we do now have, like, if you're a subscriber to Game Pass, which I highly recommend because it's best value in gaming.
Not even close.
But yeah, it's just one of those things now where if I think it was Pong that was talking about this pre-show. It's like if a kid gets, like, if their parents get a kid like a Series S or a Series X now, and get them Game Pass, it's not like the old days where it was like you used to get a console and maybe one or two games. Now you get them Game Pass.
Talk about it, Fuzz. Talk about it.
It's a whole library, and it might be a little overwhelming in the sense of having a backlog, but they'll be able to pick and choose through a wide variety of games to give a try, and
they're going to have to uninstall games and install other ones. Oh my goodness!
Stop! We're not seeing the pettiness level today.
No, but it's just so much fun to know now that you can have access to these games, and it's not like you're shelling out $60 or $70 a pop per game, and then it's kind of like the old days where the only thing you really had to go on was what was on the cover. I mean, yeah, you could listen to the IGNs and other places for reviews, but a lot of them don't seem to enjoy the same games I enjoy. But overall, it's just now Game Pass is now, I would say, not just the best value, it's the biggest value in gaming out there, and it's only going to get bigger as time progresses. But it was amazing, like Roundtable, the camaraderie, the teamwork. I just can't wait to see what everything is going to pan out as far as the games that'll be coming, maybe later this year, next year, and the year thereafter, and from there on out. But it was great to see. Great that they put all of the questions to rest, unless some people have comprehension issues.
Look, I don't know. I'm still seeing some things, but anyway, we gonna keep going here. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, but I like Stag's approach on it. Just get them some grass seed for the goalpost moving and stuff that they keep on wanting to
Oh
do.
man, they should start giving them bags every announcement. Seriously, like Phil needs to come out like, hey, we got an announcement. We got a pallet of fucking lawn seed in the back. Don't worry, we got you covered.
Too much.
But yeah, it's just a great thing, and man, it's everybody says, oh, wait until E3. Yeah, well, now we have. I guess they're going to do 2 separate E3s. It's going to be an Xbox
crazy.
E3
Yeah.
and still a Bethesda E3, and man, it's going to be lovely.
Yeah, it's going to be a damn good time. So let me get to a bunch of these super chats. They're going crazy. Appreciate you guys so much. Sonsu with the $2 super chat. More 200 episode hype. Appreciate you. Fun speculation. Mav with the $5 super chat. He said, congrats, 200 PGK. You are awesome. Here's to the next 200. Cheers. Cheers to you, brother. Shout out to Mav. Down here as well was War Chicken. Shout out to you. Our first winner, actually, of the first giveaway. Congrats on 200. Here's to the next 200. We're going to figure that out, War. Just DM me. We'll get that all figured out. And then we got NLG, man. Shout out to my Uncle Mike. So proud of the shop for hitting 200. PTK and the crew are good people and deserve all the success and love. Same as you, Unc. Appreciate the love, man. And then let's keep going, man. Super chat's going crazy. Fast back to Xbox. Bethesda is great for Xbox. Gamers and great.
Maybe you can go buy your ass a chair finally.
Growth and competition. Congrats on the 200. And then we got the $2 super chat from Vic Alstein. He said, congrats on 200, man. Appreciate you, Vic. Always here every single week, man. So I did.
Chat. You need to do more super chats. This guy's sitting in a metal folding chair at his dining room table or some shit.
No. I've upgraded my chair, brother.
No, you haven't. Shush.
Absolutely. I'm at a
help you.
Like a goddamn Ethiopian case. No.
Ruining my bit up in here. God damn it.
From here on out, every episode is number 200. That's what we're
going to
do.
Right?
We're going to celebrate 200 forever.
21 forever.
Yeah, I know, right? No, but I appreciate all you guys. Love you too, Stag, man. But let's keep this thing going, man. So I was letting you guys know Centurion's not going to make the show, man. Shout out to Centurion. He's got some other things going on right now, but just send some thoughts and prayers his way as well. So we'll keep this thing going, man. So shout out to everybody watching live. So the next topic. And we like to have fun here. So the next topic was, what's your dream collaboration between 2 different studios? Now, this kind of came in the whole, I got caught up in just the whole idea of Bethesda, and now they're officially with Xbox, and this collaborations and what can happen, all the tech they were talking, got my damn juices flowing. So I was feeling good. I was like, man, I just want to see all my ideas started coming out about what could potentially happen. So we'll start with you, just Stag, on this one. We'll start with you on this one, bro. I mean, it doesn't have to be Bethesda, anybody part of the deal, but just some 2 studios I guess you would like to see, collab and do some things together.
I'm taking the easy way out, and Luke's gonna love me because Halo and Doom. I mean, come on. Like, I'm not saying studio names. I'm obviously saying worlds, but what, 343 and
ID or id.
Was it ID? Who the fuck ever makes it? See, I don't even care. I just like to play games. Like, who cares who makes it? Just give me the good shit. As long as it's, it's a good dev. Obviously, you don't want the guys that make freaking Racing with Ryan making the Halo fucking goddamn Doom crossover. But man, I would love to see some sort of a Halo Doom crossover. I don't even know how those 2 worlds would cross over, but it'd be freaking interesting to see what kind of storyline they could come up with, and just the gameplay. Like, what would you swap between characters? Would you know what I mean? Like, dude. Oh, did I steal yours, PT? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry at all.
Nah,
I would honestly, I wouldn't even mind seeing a. Fuck, dude. I know we've talked about it before, but an RPG Halo. You know what I mean? Like, if they could do it right. Probably stole somebody else's. But are we gonna get a turn-based Halo like we got a turn-based Gears? I mean, that would be cool too. Was I only supposed to give one? I don't know. So, but yeah, anything mixed with Halo, I'd be down with, unless it's well, shit, I'd probably take a Telltale Halo game too. Goddamn, you know what? Just give me more Halo. Fuck it, I'm good. But yeah, Halo and Doom crossed. That'd be great. They already crossed Halo and Call of Duty, so... Oh, wait, never mind. Sorry. That's just a multiplayer. Yeah, that'd be great, dude. Like Master Chief fucking killing demons in hell and like ooh grunts in hell. That'd be great. That'd be great. Could you imagine that little fucking they're no longer scared and run away. They're actually like fierce.
Yeah, no, that would be crazy. Now,
And fierce
so that's
grunts.
the
That'd be
logical.
hilarious.
That's you right. You did pick the most logical, easiest first first choice. But no, that's a great like. I mean, that's
I was so glad you picked me first because like I swear to God someone else was gonna nail that and then I wasn't gonna have anything to talk about.
yeah. No, that's. I mean, logically, even if I'm going here, logically that would have probably been my first choice. But I'm gonna go a different way here. I saw somebody posted on Twitter. It was I think somebody made a collage of some sort. It was just a picture essentially, and it showed An Exile, Obsidian, and Bethesda, and just kind of like connection and link between the three. And I got to thinking, I saw that, and I didn't realize the connection between the three studios. So I'm going with like obviously Obsidian, Bethesda, maybe another Fallout of some sorts. That's another like huge collaboration that I would love to see, especially in that space. They're finally back together. I mean, that's something that kind of snuck under the radar, or not snuck under the radar because a lot of people talked about it. But that was another big thing about the whole acquisition is that these two teams are back together now. Like the people that originally made New Vegas are back together with Bethesda and Todd Howard, and the history between the two studios. Like that's a big freaking deal. Like I mean, I don't know what we're gonna get out of this, and we may not even see the fruits of the two of them actually doing anything for years to come. But the idea that it can happen is the crazy part about it. Like that's what gets me. So we'll throw this over to you next, Paul. Collaboration, man. What kind of collaboration do you want to see, man? Who would you like to see?
Well, you took the easy route because I was going to go New Vegas too, which is the ultimate easy one. Yeah, that's the ultimate easy
that's
one.
Not easy. What?
It's totally that man. That's been talked ever since they announced the acquisition.
No,
people have been talking.
Was an easy one. No. Doom Halo. That's easy.
No. So here's the deal with these two combining. So. Xbox has so many, and I talked about this last night on Xbox Ultimate. So I'm going to kind of take a cheap way out, and then I'm going to throw a different one at you. So what I'm going to do, what I want is Xbox is sitting on so many IPs right now, and there are IPs that are wasting away that have not been touched. So my first one, and this is near and dear to my heart, and maybe some of the older crowd will remember how great it was back in the day on the Genesis. But Xbox actually owns the Shadowrun IP.
Oh, wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and they haven't done anything since the 360, and they got panned heavily when they came out with a first-person shooter version of Shadowrun. But it was actually really good if you actually played it. And I know Mav is in the chat. Mav agrees with me. He played it back in the day too. But they can go ahead and they've got the studios to go ahead and make another one because it was actually really good and there was a strong community behind it. But I want them to go back to the Genesis days and take Shadowrun. Cyberpunk's all the rage. Sci-fi is all the rage. It's popular. And Shadowrun, if people don't remember, was the most, Cyberpunk 2070, the original Cyberpunk and Shadowrun side by side in the old tabletop days were neck and neck. But Shadowrun was beloved. And I want to see them go back and redo a new Shadowrun. It can be turn-based. It could be, a Western-style RPG. I don't care what they do with it, but I think they need to go back.
Crossplay too. It was crossplay at the time, I believe, as well, which is crazy.
Yes, but the first-person shooter was, yes. You could play. We were playing against a lot of PC people back in the day on the 360.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see them go back and revisit that RPG world. And then I'm going to throw a different one kind of at you here. I would love to see Ninja Theory and Arcane talk about a game. And I would love to see the creative juices of those two teams because Arcane, people are going to start experiencing Arcane games now because they're in Game Pass and it was Dishonored 1 and 2 are some of the most inventive games out there, and they're taking that and they're putting even more into Deathloop, right? So I want to see Arcane and then Ninja Theory combine together and come up with some incredible world, with graphics, with story, and with Arcane's twist and their mechanics, their original mechanics that they come up with, and come up with some crazy new IP. I don't know what it is. I don't care what it is, but I'd love to see the brains of those two teams get together and form something.
Yeah, that would be that. I never even thought about that. Shadowrun didn't even cross my mind, but I definitely remember that on the 360, man. I remember playing that game, picking it up. Me not really knowing what was going on, like not really knowing what kind of game it was, at the time, but end up, playing the hell out of it and having a lot of fun with it. But you're right, it was touted as this big game. It never really lived up to the billing, for various different reasons. I think it was a little bit ahead of its time as well. There's a little bit of that, but like the cross-play and everything. But yeah, I didn't even consider that. So let's go ahead and throw this over to you, Fuzz. Then once you're done, Fuzz, we'll do the next giveaway, brother.
All right, a couple of quick ones. I don't know why I came across this idea, but Respawn and 343, something where it's a crossover between Halo and Titanfall. Just I would like to see like what the Spartan armor would be against like the Titan itself. Or just having it where it's like an all-out battle, both sides going against some new, super villain type of thing, or sci-fi type of setup. But one that I've been kind of thinking about more recently, well, actually two, would be Tango Games working with the ones, was it Bloober, for like a ultimate horror. Something like the Ring or something along those lines, or Black Rain type of like horror type game. Tango making Evil Within 1 and 2, and now doing like a Ghostwire Tokyo. I think them collaborating with Bloober would be a nice mix as far as like a modern horror, not necessarily like a Silent Hill style, but something along the lines of the movie The Ring or something like that. Another one, and I know this one's going to probably sound a little bit on the weird side. Well, it involves Ninja Theory, but in two different avenues. Ninja Theory, first avenue would be with, was it Crytek? See if they can do a new Rise or something along those lines where like a sequel or a follow-up to Rise, Son of Rome, or possibly, I wouldn't say go the route of like a, Ghost of Tsushima or anything along those lines quite, but to see how they do melee combat in something with, the Crytek engine, or just, Ninja Theory using their new techniques mixed with the way the layout or the engine was for the Cry engine and stuff, would be a nice or interesting, thing. And then the last one with Ninja Theory would be with NetherRealm. Since there isn't a Killer Instinct out there, or Killer Instinct 2 in the works, I would like to see the Bleeding Edge characters survive and make it into like another Killer Instinct type game, but have NetherRealm basically doing the fighting mechanics and Ninja Theory doing the character design. I think that kind of combo would be a nice, interesting mix as far as for a side scroll fighter type of deal.
Okay,
those are my ideas.
That's some crazy mixes. Once again, chat, let us know what you guys would like as far as mixes, as far as collaborations, with different studios, man. This collaboration, this new partnership with Bethesda really got my juices flowing, because this is just the amount of things that could potentially happen due to these two companies being all under one umbrella now is amazing. And I don't even think a lot of us are just like chipping the tip of the iceberg when we have these conversations. There's really so much more that can really happen between all of these different studios, and that's what really gets me excited about everything that's going on with Xbox. So we're going to do the next random giveaway. Once again, to enter into the giveaway, you had to retweet the post on Twitter. So it is completely random. And this giveaway, shout out to my brother Centurion, he provided the prize to this giveaway. Is going to be the Assassin's Creed Valhalla plus Watch Dogs Legion bundle for Xbox. Okay, so great games. If you don't have it, this is your opportunity to win. So let me go ahead and just pick a random person here. See where we're at. Okay, and it's going. Who's going to be the winner? So it's at Zach. So I will DM this particular person on Twitter. So shout out to you, Zach. Appreciate you for participating. Everybody had the same opportunity to win on Twitter. So I'm going to DM that particular person for that game. And if he does not respond, I'll repick, and hopefully it'll be somebody that enjoys the game. So let's go ahead and keep moving on with the actual topics here on the show, man. So we're gonna open things up because this show really is about you guys, and that's how I wanted to run it. Allow you guys to run the show. So we're just gonna open up just for some free questions. We're gonna have fun here for the rest of the show. We're gonna do the giveaways, answer as many questions as we have possible here available on the show, as many as we have time for, essentially. So throw some questions right now in the chat. We're just going to freestyle it here, have fun as we answer questions. We'll do the remaining giveaways, and then we'll wrap up the show after that. So let me know right now. Throw some questions in the chat right now. But panel, let me ask you guys some just add-on things to some of the things we already talked about earlier, particularly one, the whole Bethesda deal. So I'm going to actually ask you, Fuzz, on this one. So so the biggest thing, like I said, outside of them actually just being under the umbrella, was just the camaraderie. And I know Pong talked about that, Stag talked about this, something that we all saw. So it almost felt like, when we talked about this, it almost felt like they needed each other. And I don't know if did you get the same feeling from seeing that? And that means more to me in reality than the actual idea that they're together now. Like the fact that they feel like they're just like they were long lost brothers or something, and they just found each other after all these years. I don't know if you got the same feeling.
Yeah, I got some of the same feelings on that, as far as they each can complete each other to some extent. Not to say that ZeniMax was hurting for money in any way, but they have had some slight struggles as far as some of their more recent games not living up to or selling to the fullest potential that they were hoping for. Microsoft being the financier now for them, I think, kind of puts that at ease. So they're not as quick, and Pong went over this in his breakdown as well, that they don't have to push out games as quick to get a return on their investment now. They can focus on the actual creation part of the game and complete it, quality check it, add features, add content, go through the story, flesh out the story even further prior to releasing it, because there's a deadline to collect funds for it or collect payment for it and stuff. But and then on Xbox's end of things, that you have 8 studios that have multiple teams and a whole library of IPs that you can basically call upon on top of the ones you've already had, but you have ones that are successful, ones that people will possibly join the service for, and that being a draw for Game Pass. That's what Xbox needs. They need more of a draw than what they may have already had internally. So having that much more variety to come to the subscription service makes it that much easier to grow that service. So they definitely help complete each other in different ways. And then having it where the atmosphere amongst all of their teams and the existing, first party teams, where they can communicate and interchange ideas and interchange technologies and things along those lines, will make things, that much smoother overall, as far as being able to produce games or try different things that they may not have been willing to, scrap their current engine for a whole new engine. There's things that they can use now that are already fleshed out, that I wouldn't say be easy transitions, but a lot easier road than starting from scratch.
All right, cool. All right. So I mean, that's one of the biggest things, like I said, I saw from that particular, just from the optics point of it. And it was awesome. It was great to see, You can clearly see the camaraderie there. So we got a question from Warning Shot. Shout out to you watching. First time I've seen, at least I think first time I've seen him in chat. So appreciate you here tonight watching us live. So he said, says, do you think the Game Pass tweet is Outriders? This is a good one because we actually talked about this in the DM after it happened. We had a long post in the DM going crazy about this. So I guess I'll go. So I mean, when the little tidbits that we got as far as the anomaly and this strange signal, if you look at, I think the most recent, some recent information about, Outriders, that's essentially the premise of the game. I believe your powers are like anomalies, and you're called from, by this some random signal source and/or source to this planet. For some reason, obviously, as you play through the game, you'll uncover the reason. So I think it will be dope if it was Outriders. I don't really see. I saw some other people saying maybe Mass Effect. We saw some other things. Some people saying Batman. I have no idea where they got Batman from.
Yeah, Batman seems like a stretch.
Game Pass already, right? Wasn't Game at least?
Yeah, it's Game Pass. So
Batman Quest the other day that had it in there.
Yeah. So I don't think Batman at all. I don't know. I mean, I was trying to think of something outside of the box. We even talked about the Ascent, but the Ascent already was announced for Game Pass. Yep. It was going to be a day one, so that didn't make sense. But I don't know. I know Fuzz through a left field went out there. Fuzz texted me, and I was like, "What the hell?" But no, it could be. You never know. So I guess I'll throw this question to you, Fuzz. What do you think
I always try to think that Microsoft now is kind of pivoting on their marketing strategy. And while Outriders is, I would say, probably 80 to 90% most likely, I was just thinking, not really outside the box, but just thinking that maybe, just maybe, it could be Starfield. We don't have a release date. And considering Halo is the big game for the year, and we already know about it, and they still haven't talked about Compulsion's game, and I'm pretty sure Bethesda has another game that they probably haven't talked about either that's probably closer to announcement for E3. Who's to say that Starfield might not be that game that shadow drops into, Game Pass, and that would be the draw to get everybody to sign up, the beginning of next month or whenever it drops in there. They're thinking differently. I know that used to be an Apple term, but look at how they did the VGAs and how they're doing things now. They're trying different strategies or different approaches on things. So who knows? Maybe it's Starfield, but I tend to agree with a lot of you guys. I think it's probably Outriders.
Well, I'm canceling my pre-order if it's Outriders.
Bro, that's the only thing about the Outriders stuff is that people have already, it was already up for pre-order. So
I don't even know. Actually, I don't know if I would, because it might not stay in Game Pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
I could get it cheaper. It's such a.
Yeah, you'll get the Microsoft reward points either way, though.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. I mean,
put it towards Game Pass.
So this is on you, Stag. We were spitballing obviously on Twitter, but what do you think? What game do you think it is?
Racing with Ryan.
Clearly.
Man, I mean, it could be so many things. I mean, the anomaly stuff and this distance signals definitely lines up with what you said. Like, God damn it, my brain just farted. That game. Say it.
Outriders or
Outriders. Thank you. God. And then the Mass Effect trilogies, legendary's coming soon, and they already have that deal with EA. You know what I mean, with Game Pass. So I mean, that I could see possibly. I know it's not coming out till sometime in May, but not like they haven't alluded to stuff for a month or two ahead of time before. It wouldn't be the first time they've done that. So who knows, man? I'm like, God, stop putting more shit in there. Like, I'm not even getting to my physical games right now, for Christ's sakes. Like, legit, you guys are killing me with free games. They're not free, obviously, but fuck, dude, they put enough games in there, it's basically free. You know what I mean? Like, not even kidding. Like, what are they at right now? What's the number at, roughly? An estimate. Can we get a ballpark here?
380, something like that.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, like something.
I mean, like, let's do the math on that per, you know what I mean, per game.
By $15.
It's
Yeah,
just
average, I'd say $15-20.
but they're all just Game Pass fodder. So nobody liked Skyrim before it was in. And now that Skyrim's and Windows 10 Game Pass Ultimate, no one likes that game, so no one's gonna play it. It's just trash. Fallout 4 on Windows 10, it's just trash. No one's gonna play it. No one's gonna play that game. No. Scalebound. Oof. But what was that other one that it was Scalebound, the one that got canned? Yeah. But I don't know, man, dude. I'm curious to see. I'm never right when I guess on these fucking things. It's like playing bingo or the lottery. Like I don't win.
You remember what the last game was that they did this with? What the last one was? You remember it all?
Oh, I can't.
Was it Doom Eternal?
Yeah.
I think
Doom was the one that they were leading up some hype for.
Yeah. I think that was a bad tease, though. I think everybody kind of knew.
Well, yeah,
it was right. I think this one's a bit mysterious, though. It's a lot more mysterious. So I think I saw Stalker 2 as well. Now I think that's day one Game Pass as well already. I think they've already made that a thing.
Scorn's not ready, is it?
We haven't heard anything lately.
We haven't. Yeah, Scorn. I don't know.
I mean, because that is some weird
anomaly, though.
Yeah, anomaly is so specific, and the only reason why I threw Watch Dogs Legions out there is because they do call some of the instances. I think in the multiplayer that they just dropped anomalies, and then obviously we had the statue on Phil's shelf, so that's the only reason why I threw that one out there.
Yeah, but, Easter egg in it.
Yeah, but again, the only two that match the Signal and the Anomaly really are Outriders and the Mass Effect trilogy, and Fuzz Starfield is definitely a good guess, but I don't know, it's too far away, and everybody knows it's gonna be day one, and they haven't dropped it yet. They haven't said anything about it yet. I don't know if we could. It's an interesting one to be sure. It's an interesting one, but I think Outriders is probably the best guess. That's a big get if it is. Either way, if it's Mass Effect Legendary, if they got EA to drop that Game Pass day one, that's huge because the hype's already rolling for that. And Outriders has gotten both good and bad reviews on the demo. And maybe Square Enix doesn't want another Avengers on their hands since they are the one publishing it, and they're willing to take a bag of money up front to cover some of it.
Square has not been great to Xbox, though. They have not been very, not lenient, but it's been a bit,
But maybe this one they don't care because it's People Can Fly. They're more protective of the Final Fantasies and stuff, but since they're just publishing something from a different studio, possibly maybe they were willing to take that up front. I don't know. It's a big get either way. If these are right, who knows? Maybe it's a small indie title we didn't know about. But speaking of Game Pass, since we're on this subject anyways, maybe people didn't see it, but Empire of Sin is dropping next week on the 18th. Which is a RTS game that came out that I had my eye on. That's kind of you take over the role of a gangster in Chicago back in the 30s and 40s. And you can pick all different types of bosses and stuff, but it's an RTS. So if anybody's interested, that's dropping next week on the 18th.
Nice.
So pretty cool. Yeah, more Game Pass. All
right, awesome. So we'll do another quick giveaway here. Now I know War Chicken won the first giveaway. We're actually gonna rapid fire these bad boys off at this particular point in time. So I know I have one. But anyway, so War Chicken won the first giveaway. It was supposed to be the PSN card. He does not have a Sony PlayStation. So what we're gonna do is Stag was gonna do a giveaway for an Xbox card. We're gonna give that to War Chicken. I'm going to reissue. So somebody else has another opportunity to win the PSN, the $25 PSN gift card right now. Just because, like you said, like I said, he didn't have one at this particular point in time. So another opportunity coming for somebody to win the gift card for $25 for the PSN. So let's see who the winner is next. We are going to be, looks like it is, let me see here. Hold on. Hey, some people got some strange names here. So looks like Medusa is the name. And once again, shout out to you. Thank you for participating in the contest, but I will DM that particular person. So shout out to them. We're going to go ahead and move on and actually do another one. So Pong, I know you were giving away a gift card as well, correct?
Yeah, either 3 months of...
Who won the game?
So I already DM'd them, and it was a person named E.
Person named
Yeah.
what?
It was
E.
E on Twitter. E. So I
Oh,
already,
okay. I missed. I must have
they
missed
got
it. No worries.
yeah,
No worries.
they got it. No, they got a day to respond, and if they don't, I'll just pick somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, either 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate or a year of PS Plus. So
So
take your
all right.
pick when whoever the winner is.
Yeah. So, and I will make sure they're aware of that in the DM that I send them. So let's see here. Who is going to be the next winner? Thing is spinning. And oh shoot, we got somebody, one of my buddies, Def Jam Bam. So I don't know if you guys know who
Nice.
that is, but Bam on Twitter,
Yeah.
he supports the show as well. So shout out to you, Bam, brother. Good job, man. So restate what it is again, Pong. So
Yeah,
I don't
either
know.
3 months of Game Pass Ultimate or a year of PS Plus.
All right, Bam. So I'm gonna make sure. Matter of fact, I'll make sure I send you yours right now, brother. Thank you, Pong, for as well as providing that particular gift
Yeah,
for the gift.
no problem.
Thank you for that, man. So so we've all given out ours. So I know the last thing we're gonna do here, the last giveaway we're actually going to do is going to be for Fuzz's gift. So Fuzz, I know you had something real nice for everybody here. So just let everybody
Forza
know.
4. That's the answer. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's 1 year of Game Pass Ultimate or 1 year of PS Plus and PS Now.
Awesome.
Wow.
So yeah, it's like this is a
Don't worry
king.
about it. That's been given away to me.
All right, so this is actually going to be a question. So this one's going to be completely different. Anybody watching right now can win what Fuzzy just said. So the question is for everybody watching right now in the chat. Who was the first? Well, now which Xbox executive has been on this podcast? The first person to answer in the chat will win Fuzzy's giveaway. Win Fuzzy's prize. So what's the first?
I just want to win Fuzzy. I don't want all the other stuff.
So which Xbox executive has been on this show? So first person with the right answer in chat.
I think the answer is Anthem. I think Chicken's
I
right.
know. I think more chicken. Oh wow! So Abba, you didn't spell it right, but yeah, I'm gonna give you. Oh, Mav, you got
Aaron Grenberg.
So that too. I mean, he didn't. It was.
Aaron Grenberg.
I know you.
That person does not exist in Microsoft. So
Oh
sorry.
my goodness!
I think AB72 wins because even though misspelling, he was the first one to put it in.
Yeah. So Aaron Greenberg, if you guys didn't know, was on this show, many moons ago. But yeah, so shout out to you, Fuzz. I don't know if I could go ahead and DM him as well if you wanted me to, brother. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and get that out to you. But thank you for being a part of the show.
Secretly Aaron Greenberg's account, and he just wants PSN Plus for the year.
Thank you for being a part of the show, man. So I appreciate all you guys here as well, man. But that was actually the last giveaway, and I just want to do something special here between me and the fellas. This is a big deal. Like this show has it meant a lot to me. All you guys mean a lot to me here. And this is huge. Like I'd have never thought that this show would even get to this point. I know the quality, and I know sometimes I step away for a little while, but you guys have stuck with me throughout everything here on the show, and it's been an amazing ride. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. You guys as my panel members for dealing with me week in and week out. You guys in the chat for dealing with me week in and week out as well. It's not perfect, but you guys come because you guys enjoy the show. We're not the biggest show. We don't have the biggest audience, but we're trying to grow. You guys are definitely helping every single week with that. We're getting the word out and retweeting and subscribing and doing everything you guys do every single week here. So I just want to say before we wrap this up that you guys are all freaking amazing. I couldn't, ask for the best panel as well as everybody here that comes and supports every single week. So that was essentially my wrap up to the show. But I'm gonna let my fellas here, let you guys know where they can find them every single week. This has been an amazing show. It was a great 200. We did a lot of giveaways, gave a lot of stuff away. We're gonna probably do one, I don't know, 300. We'll probably do another one. But you guys are amazing. We do what we can when we can. So I hope you guys do enjoy what we do here. So Pong, I appreciate you, brother. I know you're the newest member here, but man, it was a great show. We gave away a lot of stuff. We had a lot of fun. It was a big week for news, but I appreciate you so much, man, and let everybody know where they can find you and what you got cooking up.
Absolutely. Again, congrats, PTK. And I just keep saying it, but it's a testament to who you are and to what you've done here, man. And I'm honored to be a part of this today and tonight. But this was absolutely fantastic. Chat, you guys were absolutely amazing. And as PTK already said, we can't do what we do. We'd be talking alone in a closet somewhere if we didn't have all of you out here watching every week. So thank you all for coming out tonight and celebrating this milestone for PTK and this show. And appreciate you all. You can find me PongSoul everywhere, on Twitter, on Xbox, doesn't matter. Follow me, man. I just rolled over 600. I got to do a tweet out about that a couple days ago. So I got to get that out there, but on the hunt for that 1,000 followers. So definitely help me out there. I'll follow you back. Then you can find me everywhere, actually on Xbox Ultimate on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is with Mav, who is in the chat, and Caitlin's still in here too. And that's on Fun Speculations channel. That's the name of his channel. Along with 3-Bit and our newest member, Psychonauts8, who is also in the chat as well. So come check us out. We got a great positive show. We've got Mav is always lining up guests, and we just had Centurion last night, and I think we might have scared him with the Master Chief collection that we play after the show. So I think that's might be why he's not here tonight. But anyways, check us out there. Otherwise, Saturday night's here. This coming week, Tuesday is going to be a big day for me. One show has been announced, the other has not, but the one show that has been announced is I will be on Booms one-on-one. So check me out there on Tuesday morning, 11 Central, 12 Eastern.
Awesome. So Abacab, man, send me DM me on Twitter so I can make sure I get the right person. So I was looking for you, and I want to make sure I'm sending the right person a message. So
here comes a flood of DMs.
No, I already have his DM.
Okay, good. All right. So I wanted to make sure I have one that's following me, but there's a couple that popped up, so I don't want to send the wrong one to the wrong person. So yeah, if you have the right one for us, go ahead and get that to him so we can make sure we give that out. Already made sure Jam has his DM as well, Pong. So when I hear back from him, I'll let you know. All right.
Perfect, man. Perfect.
We can get that out to him, man. But we appreciate everybody. Stag, let everybody know what's cooking up with you. The stream's been cooking. Everything's been going well there, but let the people know where they can find you, brother.
Description's in the link below. No, I'm just kidding. And you can find me on twitch.tv/Staggerilla Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard. Actually, I'm going to probably be shutting the streams down around 2 o'clock. I got an invite to go start working out with my old coach again Mondays to Wednesdays and Fridays, and I got to get out in the yard as well. So, but man, congrats on the 200th. It's cool to be here for that. And as always, I'm here Saturday nights unless I have a migraine. So, but yeah, I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome, and it's always fun.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, we appreciate you here too, man. You always been a big part of the show, man. One of my favorite people, just in general. You make me laugh. You get on my ass when you need to. You like a big brother, little brother at the same damn time. So I greatly appreciate you, Stag, you and the family, everybody there, man. Thank you for being a part of what we do here on the shop. And man, last but not least, Fuzz, man, you've been the longest tenured member. You got your own parking spot on the shop, brother. You're the longest tenured member here, but I appreciate you so much, man. But let everybody know where they can find you at, man.
It was an awesome show, guys. Always great talking games with you guys on Saturdays and everything. Just, the highlight of the week and stuff. But, you can always find me, not necessarily arguing, but either posting pictures of Forza or, console war stuff possibly on Twitter at fuzzy_Belvedere. My PSN is fuzzy_Belvedere. My Xbox Live list gamer tag is fuzzy space Belvedere. And like I said, I'm normally playing Forza or Division 2 as of more recent, but always enjoy being here with you guys.
Awesome, man. And shout out to everybody who participated in the giveaway. Like I said before, we do what we can here. Just want us to show a little bit of appreciation. And that's just a small token of, we can't even think to give back what you guys have given us here, man. But for me to you, PTK Blam across the board, follow me everywhere. All of the information is down below. Everything you guys do for the show is amazing. Love you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your week. Follow us here on the Shop Podcast. We appreciate you guys. New same place, same time next week. We also have a brand new guest. Hit us up. We're out of here, everybody. Peace out.
Later.